Did you know goldenrod makes an excellent tea?
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Aaron.
Me.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Or what's inside. You suck. Finally, we're going to reveal the... Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Tomic's... veteran of the comic book industry for 30 years. I'm a writer, I'm an artist, and this sucks.
Stew, and her name is Minerva Oaks. She's the flower of the flower coach.
Don't start! We haven't left yet!
I am back and better than ever. We'll find out. Welcome once again. This is part 2 to Aaron Live. We got the show started at the regular time at 3:30 Pacific time. We got through Frazetta. We looked at a bunch of Taco Bell superhero glasses, and then Ethan started streaming. So good on him. He was very prompt. Jumped over there. Went for, well, doggone it, man. What? 5 hours? No, it was 4 hours. So that's just warming up for me. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to come back and finish the show. So this is Aaron Live, part 2 of what we started earlier today. Now, I confused myself, which shouldn't be a shock to anybody, but I advertised we're going to do the artwork of Crash McCreary, but I also advertised Muka. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not doing both those guys on the same show. I think maybe originally I thought, well, if Ethan didn't stream and I had to go like 8 hours on my own, I needed a lot of material. So I think I'm going to save Muka for next show. And we will do Crash McCreary today, along with the covers of JR Jr., along with all the other crap that I have to waste your time with here much later in the evening. Now, if you're on the East Coast, it's 11:30. I get it. It's kind of late. But if you're on the West Coast, it's 8:30. It's still early. We got plenty of time to do some stuff. So, and usually when I don't do it often, but occasionally I do late night Sunday shows. And here we are again, mainly because it's Wraith of God closeout. So that's why I'm back at this later hour. But we do this sometimes and we get an all new audience, kind of an interesting group of people that maybe doesn't come to the regular show. So I'm all for it. It'll be fun. Let's see what happens. Dan Lawless may or may not be joining us. We shall see. But we'll just kind of play this by ear. I've got a lot of stuff to go over, and we're going to do that, and we'll just see how long it takes. And that will be our part 2 of the show this evening, and we'll just see. Who has joined us on the second go round? Stealth X5 is back again. Thank you, Stealth. Suda Scram is here. Creative Faye joined us. She says, I'm here for this one. You piqued my curiosity about the letter. She's talking about the Dave Sim letter that he sent me that I will talk a little bit about on Graybeards on Wednesday. So you have to wait for that. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here. There's Matt Cisco, Rotax Hippie, Aaron going later than Ethan. Wild times indeed. I only do this on like launch streams and closeout streams, because you got to go till midnight. Now, whether or not I'll make it till midnight, my time, it just depends how much stuff I have. Because I'm an older gentleman, and staying up too late is, I got to get up and work out tomorrow. And it's like, man, I still got to pick my daughter up at the airport at 1 a.m. So it doesn't really matter if I go till midnight or not on this show, but I'm already starting to lose a little bit of voice 4 hours into it, or 5 hours, because I started at 3:30. We do it on Ethan's show for 4 hours. But anyway, enough about me. Matthew Muma is here. He's back. Zeno the Stoic. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty. Boy, that's a throwback. Randy Howell's here, all the way from Canada. Ink on paper. Who me? Who else we got here? Rich Ware is here. Ink on paper says, "What is that purple crown beside my name?" I don't know. I don't know what that means. Ronan's here. Ethan is passed out, covered in pie crumbs and filling. The thing is, I love pie as much as Ethan does, but I think maybe I have a little bit more self-control. Although when I go to the store, I go to Safeway, and they have these little pies. They're like this big, and they're like $1.79, and they're in their own little box. And I swear, every time I go grocery shopping, I'm like drawn. And a lot of times I do cave in and get like a little cherry pie, but not always. Like I was going to do it today, and I said, nope. I fought the temptation and didn't do it. So that's actually 2 days in a row that I did not get those little bite-sized pie. I cannot guarantee that tomorrow or the next time I get to the grocery store that I won't cave in and get one. Okay. Jiminy Cricket is here. See, Jiminy shows up when it's late. Art Tavera says, sorry I wasn't helping sooner. Life got crazy. Art, man, I have zero expectations for people to come on my streams. I just understand people have, a lot of times I can't do other people's streams. I feel bad, but it's like we all stream so much, and then you get like a marathon session where someone's closing out or launching, and it's like, that's a lot of time. So you have the link. If you want to come in for a little bit, you can. If you don't want to, you do not have to. It's totally fine. There's Jeremy Burtz. Marcus Killigrew says he is here at 11:30 p.m. That is East Coast time. Hail to Marcus. And he is, of course, our purveyor of all things pop culture knowledge. And I'm sure he'll have a few comments about JR Jr. covers that I have picked to showcase tonight. There's Victor. Welcome, Victor. Thank you for joining us. Bullet is here. Only the professionals, and Dan Lawless has the link because this is I'm just going to do my regular show with the added bonus of pushing Wraith of God 3. So I don't necessarily need anybody to come in and kibitz with, because I have the show lined up and stuff to do. And plus I'm lazy about that kind of thing, about bringing guests on and stuff. It's like when you invite someone into your house, right? And even if it's a friend of yours, after a while, you feel like you have to entertain them all the time. When I'm here by myself, all I have to do is entertain myself, and hopefully you enough to stick with me. So I feel less pressure, but I'm always welcoming to, friends to come in, and because mostly what we chat about on the show is art. And so I don't mind having other artists come in and talk art. Just Batman is here. Nut Meat is here. Leg Kick for 5. Thank you, Leg Kick. Says, I have to wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, but glad your campaign is doing great, Aaron. Thank you. There's a dog prowling around back there. Thank you, Art, for sharing the link. Oh, I didn't put the link in I didn't pin the link, but it is in the description of this video, so you can get it either way. Rich Ware is here. And there's Sequential Treasures is joining us. White Guy McGee, Unhinged, says, I'm glad I backed. Was a bit last minute, but still got what I wanted. Indeed. This is Leg Kick's talking about the JR Jr. covers. These are not like the best. They're my favorites that he's done. So that's the way it is. World of Conan is here. Says, I just lost it. Where was it? Faceplant would fit very well as a garbage man villain or an anti-hero. You know, it's funny now that I thought about it. Back when the nightclub was called Creeps, but unfortunately Dan Mishkin and somebody else, was it Dan Mishkin? God, I can't remember. Did a book, create our own book called Creeps. It looked like Circus Freaks though, kind of thing, back in the 90s, before I could ever do anything with mine. So I changed the name to the Nightclub, which now I'm in conflict with Mike Miller because he can't, or Mike Millar, excuse me, Mike Millar. Oh, geez. Mark Millar, not Mike Miller, Mark Millar or Mark Miller, however you pronounce it. And Mark did something with the Nightclub, and his reps and my reps just agreed to kind of, we'll just both use it and no problem. So there you go. That's why I'm still using it. Goody Two Shoes for 2. Goody Two Shoes has been wandering around tonight. Aaron, tell me about Wonder Woman Conan. Love to hear it. That was a project that apparently was originally offered to Liam Sharp, and he had to turn it down. And so then Gail Simone's a writer on it. And I guess she recommended me because they contacted me about doing it. And I was like, if this is Wonder Woman goes back to the Conan era, I'm on board. If it's Conan comes into the modern era, that's going to be silly. And that's exactly how Gail did it. She brought Wonder Woman back in time and had a memory loss. And she was in the arena. She had somehow ended up in like an arena fighting, like a gladiator type thing, but back in the Conan days, right? And Conan is searching for this girl that he knew when he was betrothed to when they were young, and she disappeared. And he thinks Wonder Woman is that woman. And there's like these two twin sisters who are witches, and it's really good. It actually really, really is. They didn't. It was a miniseries, a 6-issue miniseries. They did not, DC. When I say they, I mean DC. Did not. What am I trying to say? They did not collect it in a trade paperback. They did it in a hardcover, which I always thought, made me feel pretty good. Like we did some pretty good work if they went right to hardcover. But it never got into a softcover trade. It was just the hardcover. So, and I don't know how expensive that hardcover is now, but certainly you can find the floppies pretty easily. And it was when Dark Horse had the Conan license. So it was a combined effort between DC and Dark Horse Comics. So there you go. The other part of that story that's interesting is I was furious when I got hired to do it that they had already hired someone else to do the covers. And so I went like I usually did. It's nice when you're friends with the publisher, who is Dan DiDio. And I said, Dan, come on, man. And so what they did was I got to do covers too, but they were all alternative covers. So all of my covers are like the rare or the lower print run covers for the book. So that's kind of interesting. But anyway, at least I got to do covers, and I appreciate it. There's Bullet. Let's see who else. Sexy Texy is here. What do you think of JR Jr.'s current work? Gosh, we'll get back. We'll get into that. I don't really pay attention to what's going on in comics, mainstream comics. So I haven't seen if there's any difference between what he's doing now and what he was doing. I wouldn't know. But the covers I see, like Spider-Man covers and stuff, I see that stuff, and I think it looks pretty good. Let's see here. You acted like you didn't know Mark Miller had the Nightclub because I came up with it before he did. And it was actually in the Garbage Man trade paperback, which came out way before Mark ever did anything with Netflix. And so what happened was we had a conversation, not Mark and I, but our representation, because it was all Netflix. And so my representation got in touch with Netflix, and, they, of course, they have more money than I do. Right. And I'm not going to go into debt defending something I, haven't made a dime with, but I still thought it was worth trying to salvage it. And they basically sort of just said, you know what, you guys do your thing, we'll do our thing, and that's it. So that's kind of what we're doing. So I will go ahead with, at some point, Nightclub is probably never going to be more than backup stories anyway, but it does tie in pretty directly to Wraith of God. So it is sort of important. But anyway, so it wasn't a matter of, me acting like I didn't know. I just went ahead with it because that was sort of what we agreed to do. Okay. World of Conan says Wraith of God, best CG book and best CG artist. Thank you so much. You know what I'm going to do? I did this with Andy, but I'm going to go ahead. Let's just do the whole kit and caboodle since we're here. Let's take a look at Frazetta. If you missed my Frazetta of the day earlier today, here it is again. This is our Frazetta for this week. So Andy Smith was here earlier, and we talked about this cover, and I was never 100% sure on his early stuff if Frazetta was doing watercolors or if he was just using oil paints like super thin. And Andy did confirm that he did know that it was a watercolor. And a lot of Frazetta's stuff in those Ace paperbacks, they were these little digest-sized books, right? Which I have several. And that Tarzan one, of course, was a watercolor. And so a lot of his early book projects, painting projects, like early 60s, were watercolor. And then he got into oils. And the point I'd made with Andy was, and this isn't one of them, but many of his digest-sized Ace book covers he redid later when they came out. Like Carson of Venus is a perfect example, where he redid it and as an oil painting for the larger format. I don't know if they were still Ace at that point, or maybe they were Bantam books. Here's a guy who knows a lot about Frazetta. It's Dan Lawless. Hello, Dan.
Hey, how you doing? And I do know a lot about Frazetta because Frazetta was my, biggest inspiration. I'm not sure if it was Frazetta or Buscema. I think it was Frazetta was first. Yes, Frazetta was definitely first, actually.
Frazetta was first with me, and then I went to Wrightson after Frazetta.
Yeah.
So, and a little bit of Neil Adams in there at that period of time. And we just looked at one of Frazetta's Tarzan book paintings, Tarzan in the Forgotten Land, or the Forgotten Land, something like that. Anyway, and how he started on those Ace books, those little digest ones that when they were watercolor, and then a lot of those he went up later and repainted as oil paintings for the larger format paperbacks in the mid to late 60s and early 70s. So very interesting. So
yeah, that's the funny thing. Did you ever see that interview of him where he was doing that cartoony stuff at first, and people came up to him and said, "Hey, you should never do painting. You should stick with this. This is what you do best, and you can't do anything else but this." And then he said, "Well, some nerve. I'll show you what I can do. Let me show you what I can." And he comes out with these paintings that were just extraordinary in dynamics and execution and in vision. I mean, he had vision. That's so important,
Yeah, well, he was. I mean, the reason he's so great or revered is because he was doing something that no one else had done. He was setting a new standard, and
And you know what they also told me? They said your colors are too mundane. They're too muted and stuff, because everyone was doing these kind of funky colors of the 60s,
right.
And and he did actual traditional painting, like classical
Right.
painting. And it turns out that's what people wanted. They
Yep.
wanted that realism. They wanted that, vision,
Yep. And the interesting thing was back to he was ghosting a little Abner, and he wanted, more money. And who's the little Abner guy? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
I forgot. Yeah.
Well, anyway, he wouldn't pay him more money. And so, we've all read the history of Frazetta, all that
Yes.
kind of stuff. And that's when he quit. And then, they ended up, I think, was it Roy Krenkel got him hooked up on some paperback?
Cryptid got it. Right?
Was it?
I think she's right. Is she right?
Al Cap. Yeah.
Good job, Cryptid.
So, but you can get a collection of Frazetta's little Abner.
Romy just
nice.
Almost got it. But Cryptid just edged him out by a few seconds. Well, probably milliseconds.
So Al Cap, cheapskate, confirmed. There it is.
Yeah.
So
is that the guy that tried to hit on Goldie Hawn? I forgot. I
don't know. I know he was the guy that kind of went in and went after John and Oko in bed. Wasn't that Al Cap that went in there?
Well, that was funny. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was good stuff. The reason I'm doing this so late, Dan, is because I'm closing out Wraith of God 3.
I know.
Take a quick look here at the campaign, and let me go ahead actually and just run the trailer like we've never seen it before and experiencing it for the first time. You hear that? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There should be like a yeah at the end of that.
Oh yeah. I miss Andy Smith, certified badass. I just love that. It should be in all our comics. That should be on every comic book. It's comic.
Dang it! Why do they, that little drop screen drives me crazy. Okay, we're at 92,575. Let's see, folks, if we could get this up to 93. If you haven't backed, please consider doing so, because it ends tonight at midnight. That's Pacific time, 3 a.m. East Coast time. Let's just zip through here. You can get 4 cover options, and you can order all 4 in a package deal there. It's the first perk where you can pick out your favorite. These are all that's an EC variant. So if you're kind of into the 50s EC look, there you go. This is a 1972 Marvel box art variant. If you're into that kind of nostalgia, or if you just want a really cool painted cover by the great Chris Stevens.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He did a fantastic job on this.
How do you decide, Aaron, which one to get? I don't know.
I get all 4.
That's what I was saying. Like,
why make a choice? Why make a tough decision, Dan, when you can just get all 4?
Yeah, and these would be so collectible. There's no substitute for quality. These are great books, great comics, and you'll be treasuring them forever. So buy one, and also, and this is something I say to people: support the professionals, the guys who made the sacrifice of this. They sacrificed any potential career to make this their career and become master craftsmen. And really, if you want talented people making your books, people really devote their entire careers to making great comics, you got to support them. So we get, more Aarons to come into this field. And if next generation of people want to do this for a living, but you got to support them. And this is where it's at, so you see good stuff, support good stuff. And that's
Absolutely, because I could have chosen to work at a pharmacy my whole life, but no, I
Mhm.
sacrificed to be a comic book artist. You guys
Yeah.
don't pass up
And
the
it's true.
opportunity.
It's not a joke. I mean, you
Yeah.
really did work very hard. We all did to perfect
Yep.
our craftsmanship, our skill set. And it was not easy. So,
No, that's
um,
for sure. It was a struggle. If you like being insulted and having people tell you suck, this is the job for you. We got these two great T-shirts here. That Bisley cover that was painted cover from the second Wraith of God, and of
mhm.
course the classic Dale Keown
Oh,
werewolf
that's
cover
so
from the very
sweet.
first Wraith of God. These are cool shirts.
So cool.
Uh, I think, Dan, this may be the last time I do shirts. I don't know. It's just they're so hard to manage. And the thing is, you have a minimum order, and so if you don't hit that minimum order, then you've got extra shirts, and then you're guessing. Well, do I get some more extra larges? Do I get some more? And then trying to figure out what size to carry and all it's
Right.
difficult. So order these shirts because they may not be coming around again.
Yeah. You could do a print on demand through a service or something, but
That's true. But these shirts, the thing about these shirts are they're so high quality. If you guys got like the Wraith of God shirt, what I'm wearing right here from me in one of the earlier campaigns, or the earlier Dale Keown shirt or the Kit Carter shirt, they are
right.
really high quality shirts and they're really nice. So
That's important. Yeah. Quality is actually quality in everything. You really want to do that.
yep, I absolutely agree. And here's some quality trading cards that come just you order, you get this value stamp actually comes in the editorial page in the book, which was a stretch goal. You also get the sculpture card and the trunk card. Both these guys are from the aforementioned nightclub just before Dan came in. You can add on a Wraith of God Art Nouveau print. They're signed and numbered, limited to 500. You can get the Wraith of God Roughs Volume 3. This is 48 pages of layouts for the graphic novel. So it doesn't have every page because the graphic novel is 65 pages. This book's 48, but it's like the best because some of your layouts are kind of crappy. So these are the best of the 65 pages. And it's signed and numbered, limited to orders. So there's not going to be, I print a little bit extra in case some get damaged, but this is the one thing that's going to be really hard to get after the campaign closes. Shot glasses. There's going to be a set of 6 total, but this is 4, and it's the nightclub. And so if you've got the previous ones, you certainly want to get this to keep your collection going. You can get poker chips, Dan, if you're a gambler. These are the heavy clay ones. Gary Martin's very excited to get the poker chips because he uses them to mark his golf balls.
Oh, well, okay. There you go. Just call them markers. Don't call them
That's right. Exactly. If you're a golfer, these are markers.
Yeah.
And you can get the back issues too. This is the first issue of Wraith of God and the second printing, but I did do a new cover on it. And I think there's less than in fact, I know there's less than 1,000 copies of this. And then Wraith of God 2, the wraparound cover, is available through this campaign. You can also get these on my website. So they're cheaper on the campaign, and you might as well get them through the campaign because this book is going to the printer this week. So you won't have to wait that long to get them. So anyway, and there's also actually, Dan, there's still some original art for sale. The Garbage Man stamp, the sculpture trading card art, and the trunk trading card art. We've also got Lord Menace from Kit Carter. That was a trading card. That original art, that's on 11 by 17. Oh. And then Mr. Midnight trading card, which also came with the Kit Carter. So the original art for all this original art is still available if you're interested in that type of thing.
Yeah. Well, what people don't realize too is these comics tie together.
Yes.
They're connected. This is a world. So I don't think that because Wraith of God being in Western is not connected to this other world. So it's a big universe, and you really want to get them all. You want to get everything. So
that's right. There is an Empire Comics universe, and they are all connected. So if you're into that, this is where you want to be. Goody Two Shoes for 2 says, I love Lopresti. Don't tell anyone. I won't. He was letting me have it over on Ethan's channel, but he really has deep love for me, Dan. So I feel good. Randy Howell for $2 Canadian says a Wraith t-shirt also wards off Bigfoot. That is also true. We'll be getting into some Bigfoot stuff later on. World of Conan says, how about a poster of that Wraith of God piece? Like the first book main cover or the second book main cover would be awesome. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I saw that Ethan was doing the full team, right? Of all the CG characters.
Right.
He's using that as a poster, as a stretch goal poster
Mhm.
or an early order poster. That's not a bad idea. I might go that route on the next campaign.
I don't know how people feel about fold out posters, but that's a better situation because you can put it inside the comic book. But
Well,
you
for
have the
shipping, yeah.
you have the seams on those. But you know, the seams are not bad, you know, when you can flatten the picture pretty well, probably.
Well, it depends on if you just want it for artwork to hang on your wall or if you are a collector and you want it like, you know, rolled in a mint condition. I think most people just like to hang it on their wall. So
yeah, but even a collector, you know, there's something to collecting these type of posters. You know, because I say the printing's so good nowadays and the paper's so good that, you know, you can probably get a pretty good poster.
Yeah, those people remember I did the for Kit Carter. I did that insert movie poster with Kit Carter. The painted piece I did.
Right.
Those turned out great. I was so happy with those. So I should look into that. That'd be cool. All right. We'll visit this later. The link is in the description of this video, guys. Like I said, if you haven't backed this, please consider doing so because tonight it is closing and it'll be your last chance.
And if you have backed it already and you buy a second copy for someone that you know who used to love comics and they've gone away from the craft and because of the woke and all that nonsense, and they've, you know, but they still love comics. They'll love this because Aaron's a professional quality comic creator and wrote a really good story. It's a totally cool. It's a Western, but it's got the supernatural stuff. It's got vampires. It's got werewolves, and then now the whole Headless Horseman, and it's just a whole bunch of fun. This is one of those comics that I love. Don't you like to actually get stuff in the mail? I mean, you go to the mailbox and there's something cool instead of the stupid, you know, crappy solicitations and stuff. And you see this comic book in the mailbox, you go, yes. And this is one of those ones I got to read right away. Like I got to open it. I see it in the mailbox. I got to sit down and read it. There's a few of the comics like that. I'm just like, oh, get away from me, everybody.
I know those are good old days when we used to order stuff, right? Those books or whatever.
Yeah,
and you just wait for it to show up by, you know, the mail or UPS. We didn't have any tracking or anything, so you just like check the mail every day.
Yeah,
waiting for it to show up.
But they're not just. I mean, if you don't even want to call these comics, they're graphic novels, which means they're thicker paper, and they're printed beautifully. I mean, and the finish, that matte kind of finish, it's extraordinary. The printing is just something way beyond anything you know of if you don't know comics or if you saw comics from your kid. This is not a comic book, a floppy. This is a book. Yeah. And it's really, really extraordinary to have. And it's great to collect. And they're just neat, you know. So, and a lot of more pages too. So you're really, it's like a lot of comics, really, several comics in each one.
Yeah, that's the thing. These are I try to pack these so that, you know, because it's a $25 price tag. I get it, that's high, but you're getting, you know, 3 to 4 issues really in each story. So it's you know,
and you're spending more time in it too. This isn't something. This is a monthly chuck it out, you know, crank out the system kind of. This is what I love about comics. Aaron, when I was in comic books, I left 87 to 97. I was in it. You know why I left? 2 things I didn't have: time and money. I wanted enough money I could raise a family. I couldn't get that. And the time, I was so frustrated because I didn't have the time to make it as good as I wanted to be.
Right.
With crowdfunding now, you can make that baby as just as good. So we're seeing your best. We're seeing Shane's best, Ethan's best. All these guys are now able to do their absolute best work. And it's just so extraordinary. I just can't believe this with this. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for crowdfunding, because I left out of sheer frustration. I left I love comics and I had to leave, and now I'm back because of even people like to say, Dan, make a comic. I'm like, I'm making a comic. I'm working on something. But even if I didn't, just being a part of seeing this happen, the thing that I wished for so badly, that, you know, to have the time to do my best work, I just can't believe it. I'm so excited about all this stuff. It's so cool, man. You know.
It is. And that's the thing, because we have editorial control over what we're doing. And that's the other thing too, right? Because oftentimes in my case, I would get a script or something, because I needed the job, right? So they'd say, okay, draw this.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't want to draw this, but you got to draw this.
Yeah.
Now we're creating stuff that we want to draw.
Yeah.
And obviously we're trying to angle it so that you guys will want to read it. You know, it's not
Right.
just, I'm not just making comics
Right.
for
We
me,
serve the readers. Yes, absolutely.
but I'm making comics that I enjoy working on. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
But you're a comic reader, so you know what they want. That's
Right.
the thing.
Exactly.
And the
Travis-
neat thing is you keep the ownership of your character, which is
Right.
fantastic. So it's your baby. If you're going to get anyone to draw it or color it, it's got to go past you and what your pride is to make the best possible quality. You're not going to let anybody crappy do anything on your work, on your book, you know. And if it doesn't cut, you know, if someone handed something to you that wasn't good enough, it'd be like, sorry, I'm not printing it, you know.
Yep.
Of course, that doesn't happen because you'll pick the good artists to do that.
Right. Well, that's the thing. We know what we're doing, right? So we pick people we want to work with. We know
Yep.
what we're going to get, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
All right,
but you get to
Travis,
keep your own character. That's so I can't stress how important that is to bringing in people into this field, because no one wants to be the next Jack Kirby, where you do these characters for Marvel and then you see them in the toy stores or on the movies and you don't get a dime. You know, it's like nobody wants to go through that experience. Now, even I understand at the time that's what the deal was, and that's fair. But now, once people see what has happened, the potential, what these characters can do, you want to keep your own character for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a huge
Travis
incentive.
Merrick for $2 says, when that full moon comes out, the Dale Keown Wolf comes out.
Oh, yeah.
That is one heck of a drawing. I was so thrilled to get Dale to contribute to that, to the Wraith of God 1. And all I had to do was say werewolf, and he was like, I love werewolves, I'll do it. And he did it.
Yeah.
And he did it pretty close to on time too. So that was good.
Yeah, well, that's because you gave him a good character to draw, you know, something
Right.
cool.
Give him some fun stuff. All right, we'll revisit this in a little bit, but please, like I said, consider backing this, and we'll take a look at the campaign later. Now, speaking of campaign, something else I'm getting excited about, and Dan, I'm going to talk just briefly about this, what we've got coming up next. I wanted to do a Savage Tales type magazine, and I said, who can I get to help me out with this? And I said, Dan Lawless is a guy that would be totally into this, and David Williams would be a guy who's totally into this. And so we are doing, after Wraith of God, the next campaign will be Barbaric Magazine. You see how I took your suggestion. I thought it was good to kind of slant the logo and put a drop shadow. I'm still experimenting with the color and stuff, but it may end up being Barbaric Adventures before I'm done. I'm kind of leaning in that direction. But this is going to be a black and white magazine. It's going to be 64 pages. I have 3 stories in it, mine, Dan, and David Williams, and then some extra goodies. And Gary Martin's going to contribute a pinup to it. You know how you'd always open up Savage Tales or Savage Sword, and there'd be that pinup on the front cover.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have Gary do something there. And then I'll probably do it on the back cover too, because I just can't get enough of this stuff. And one of the reasons I want to do this was because it's with the 3 of us working on it, each contributing shorter contributions than like a 64 page all by yourself. I can get this done faster, and then I can get another project out that I want to get out next, right after this. So this isn't going to launch until after the new year, because I don't want to launch it too close to the holidays. And I think we're knocking on the door of that right now. And by the time I get Wraith of God out the door, we're going to be in November. And I think it's probably not a good idea. So I'm going to wait till probably February. But so you guys are going to have to just wait, because I'm not going to reveal anything. Maybe I'll do some like promo art for it, but I'm not revealing Dan's cover. I'm not revealing David's cover. We have a guest artist coming in. I'm not going to reveal any of that until we get ready to launch, because I want you guys running to that campaign to see all the really cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Which is
on
a
it.
pain in the butt. Oh my gosh, I'm waiting to reveal something when you've done something really cool.
Yep.
It's so hard to do.
I know, because Dan got out ahead of it. He's the only one with the cover finished right now, and I think our guest artist is almost done. But I'm just saying, Dan, you got to sit on it. He's like,
I know.
"Oh!"
I'm like, damn it.
So anyway,
it's like, you know, when you buy someone a gift and you want to tell them so bad, like you buy them something for Christmas, but you can't tell them they have to wait till Christmas to show them, you know. It's
Yep.
like just like that, where it's like, oh, I really want to show them, they're gonna love it, and you just can't. You know, that's the rules. You know.
Yep. we gotta tease you guys, let you wait and get some.
Yeah,
build some
Eric, I am
anticipation.
doing a short story and I'm writing it and drawing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Dan doing a barbarian story. I'm doing my IP, which I can reveal because I've talked about this before. It's called Primal Zone, but it's a dinosaur, caveman, cave babe, little sci-fi mixed in adventure story. So it fits perfectly into what we're doing. David has a really killer story. And Dan, you're doing a little kind of sci-fi barbarian twist too, aren't you?
Right,
So,
right.
well, it's going to be really, really cool. Star Wars girl, do you want to come in? She says, I have no link. I'll send you a
Oh,
link if you
Anna.
want to come on.
Wonderful.
I'll send her a link.
Yes.
Whenever you can get Star Wars girl on, it can only help.
Actually, I've said before, we should get around to draw eyes. That'd be so cool to all draw just eyes.
Oh, on the Graybeard. Oh, I've
Yeah,
asked her to come on. Well, if she comes on, we'll see. Hang on a second here. Dang it. I gotta find her on Twitter. It's that Star Wars girl, right? Not the Star Wars girl.
That Star Wars girl, yeah.
Yeah.
That one, not the other.
Yeah. She's that particular one. All right. Anna, there it is. If you want to come on, you're welcome. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can come on board. Yeah, so I had talked to Anna before about coming on, and it's a bad time during the day with the baby and everything.
Yeah.
But that would be fun to have her on to draw eyes, right?
It would. She could teach us a thing or two, I'll tell you that.
I know that
those eyes she paints are fantastic.
I know. She painted Graham Nolan's eye.
Oh, really?
I was jealous because I was like, wait a minute, I want my eye in there. How come Graham gets his eye and I don't
know if I want my eye in there? I'm like, I don't like my eyes,
Yeah, but it's a chance to be immortalized.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. I would totally do it. I mean, I would totally, but
I guess you have to take a picture of your eye and
yeah.
So, oh my gosh, there she is.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, I would have painted your guys' eye if you would have sent it to me. Graham was like one of the first people that sent it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
I put it in like the King's room years ago.
I don't
really
hardly ever go in there. I know that.
I know you don't check your messages. I told you in the chat and in the private chat to add on the t-shirts to the secret perk, and you didn't do it in time. So I just backed your campaign twice.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, baby.
That's right. Anna, I was kind of slowly working my way into CG. I mean, I didn't feel like I was quite worthy yet, so to speak,
All of these people are just from the chat.
Oh, okay. Then I feel
is-
better. Then I wouldn't mind. Then yeah, sure.
Okay.
So, can we see Graham's eye? I want to see Graham's eye.
Graham sent me a very angry eye.
Oh,
really?
I'm gonna make it big here. Oh
Awesome.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
this was
intimidated. I'm intimidated by it already.
He's trying to be cool. Is what he's doing there.
It was like the 15th eye I painted, I think.
Are you doing that in acrylics? Is that acrylic?
No,
What are you using?
all oils.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I hate acrylic.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Acrylic is like trying to paint with Elmer's glue,
I just got into it and I kind of like it now because I kind of figured it out. But I would rather paint in oils, but it takes so long to dry. It makes me nervous that I do something and then if I want to reproduce it, I got to let it sit.
Yeah, I never really tackled oils. It just for the same reason. We're all about get it to dry times.
Well,
Goody Two Shoes is rolling in with cash tonight. $5. Thank you. He says, Lopresti, you're so ready for a 70s style comic magazine. Please make this real. Lawless Smith, Nolan, the bullpen is there. That's what I'm doing.
Yep,
we got our first issue. We'll see how it goes.
Got you covered, bud.
Now, Anna, can I talk about that thing you talked to us about, like the cosplay thing or not?
yeah, you can talk about it.
Okay. So okay. Why don't you talk about it? Tell us what you're doing.
Okay, so I haven't pitched my idea for it yet, but Okay, Dan, you know in Mary Poppins, like when her and all of them go into like the world where they go on the merry-go-round and they're with
Sure.
like the horses. So, and then you think of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like Jessica Rabbit, like humans interacting with like
Right.
cartoons. So I've talked about it with like a couple people, but if I cosplayed as different people's characters and then they could like draw in their characters around me or some kind of action
Oh,
or something like that.
yeah.
So I've talked to people that, I actually like their stuff. So I was like, maybe I'll do that or this kind of stuff. But we
Yeah, it's
shall
interesting.
see.
I was going to say when it starts to become real, remind me to send you the reference and stuff because I will forget. I'm an older
Yeah.
gentleman, Anna.
Well, I'm gonna have to like get on it soon because I'm planning on having another baby. So we'll see how much longer I'm in this shape.
Version of all the characters.
Yeah, it'll be like from here up.
Just face shots of Carter in her bubble helmet.
Well, a lot of people liked like my Vampirella close-up shot, but that's like here's teeth and blood. So
yeah, but I bet a lot of people like the full figure shot too.
That's true.
Just throwing it out there. Probably a thing.
Yeah, we could actually do like the different sections, like how they have those 3 parts to something with your face in it. Different artists could do different parts of it,
All right, you guys, how about this? Now, Dan, I know you watch like sci-fi movies, 50s, older stuff. I mean, you're a monster guy, right? You're familiar.
More or less, yeah.
Anna, are you? Do you go back and watch like some of the black and white stuff, or is that just like forget it?
I've done it a couple times, but I'm the biggest scaredy cat, so
you're not
I get nightmares.
Okay, hang on a second. I've got to bring this up because I watched this just a couple days ago, and it.
Oh yeah, I suggested that. Remember, I'm the one who suggested that.
Did you suggest that to me?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, let me get this super chat first, and we'll get into this. Paul Taylor for $10 Canadian. Thank you. I hate the fact that this will be okay. Paul Taylor is anti-black and white. He's like color or nothing. He says, I hate the fact this will be in black and white, but I will support you. I realize this is like Savage Tales, which I never bought because it was black and white. Dogs see in color, not people. Oh my gosh. Well, Paul, thank you for your.
I think you meant dogs seeing black and white, not people.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that didn't sound right, did it? Yeah. Well, I think Paul,
that's the challenge. We've got to rock his socks. We've got to really show what black and white can do.
We're gonna do like grayscale and stuff. This is going to be elaborate black and white. This is going to be very nice. So I think you'll be sad if you miss out on it.
Color covers. No, so
yeah, the covers are full color. So, all right. So this came out in 1958, and okay, here's the plot. All right. So there's a mission to Mars, and the whole crew, the first mission to Mars, the whole crew is dead except for one guy. So they send another ship to pick him up, but they assume that he murdered the entire crew so he could live longer on the planet because it crashed and all this kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And he's saying, no, this alien killed these people, but no one believes it. So they pick him up on this ship, and everybody on the ship thinks he's a killer too, right? But this alien creature stows away on this ship and starts picking them off. It's like a 1958 version of Alien.
Yes. Yes.
And so, yeah, it's schlocky. It's 1958, but it's really good.
Yeah.
I was stunned at how good this was.
Well, this rocket ship has certain levels. So they're sort of they're just like Alien. They're sealing off one level. He kind of breaks through that. They seal off that level. Right. And they have to try to, defeat him in the end. It's very much, they probably, took it from Alien.
Well, I actually did a search to find out, and the AI generator anyway told me that this is one of the movies that Alien was based on. So they clearly took some ideas from this. The corny part is they have guns, grenades, and they even have a bazooka on the ship. And it's kind of like, why do they have this military armory on this spaceship? And they're blowing this stuff off in the ship.
I
which
know. Yeah.
doesn't damage it, but
Well, hey,
other
maybe the
than
ship can
that-
take it. Who knows?
But the acting was, I mean, the writing was, there was like this sort of love triangle that really was kind of tragic in a way. And the one captain, and he gets sick because he gets infected from this creature. And if you just look at this and go, man, if they had had a budget to work with, this could have been really good. But
now, if I remember right, is there like misogyny in this too? Like the girls serving the guys coffee?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
How awful.
They're serving them. Yeah, because the one woman is like, the older woman is like the medical officer, right? And I don't know what the younger girl does except just assist her, but they're both the women, regardless of the fact that they're like the doctors. They're still serving the guys
food.
coffee and stuff. That was kind of funny. I did laugh at that.
That was pretty funny. Yeah.
This, I mean, you guys, it's on Prime right now for free. If you have Prime Video.
I remember seeing this when I was pretty young. I was watching it with my brother, and it was so scary. We turned it off.
It was intense.
But then we went out, we were playing. I said, we got to just see what happens. So we run back and we watched the rest of it. And it was scary, but I liked it. It was really good,
Yeah, there's the monster again. Not quite as
Not
terrifying.
quite the predator.
Yeah.
But if you're 10 or something, it's pretty scary.
No, it is, I mean, again, you have to kind of take it in context for when it came out. Let me see. I got a few pictures from it. Now I have to admit the leading guy, I've seen him before in other B movies, but this guy right here, he was the one that they thought killed his crew. He's seriously underplayed. I don't think he ever had very much emotion in any of this whole thing. But there's the young chick. Now she was she was involved with the captain, who's this guy. And then she kind of starts falling for this guy. And it's really kind of sad and tragic because this guy gets infected by the monster and he's slowly dying, and he knows his girlfriend is kind of found a new guy on this. Yep. And so there's like all this sort of emotional stuff you wouldn't expect in a movie like this. I mean, no, it really is. And it's really well written, which just surprised the heck out of me. So,
yeah. I mean, I don't remember that well. It was quite a while ago, but yeah. I just remember being really suspenseful.
It was. And then there's this scene. Okay. I got to show one more scene here. Because this is when I initially thought, God, this is a lot like Alien. And then this scene happened. This guy gets captured by the alien, right? And he's in an air duct. Hello. And this guy crawls into the air duct trying to find this guy. And the alien comes at him in the air duct. And he's like got a gun and he's firing the gun at him and stuff. And they end up having to leave this guy. He's still alive, but barely. And they can't rescue him because they can't get to him because of the monster. And so there's some creepy elements to this.
I know.
So there you go, Anna. If you can stomach it.
All right, I'll give it a watch.
Give it a watch.
Yeah, it's 1958 or whatever you can.
Yeah, it's not going to scare me too bad. I don't know. Which, it doesn't make sense what scares me and what doesn't, because I laugh during The Exorcist. But Jaws, I can't.
Jaws, you can't handle Jaws. The Exorcist is a comedy. Wow.
Well, I mean, I don't believe in that stuff, so it doesn't scare me, And then also, I'm just more frustrated when I watch it because I'm like, there's no like scene where she gets possessed. She's just possessed one day, and there's no explanation. So it's like, really, this is kind of bothersome. So, and I already know what's gonna happen. Jaws, I know what's gonna happen, but Jaws, it's like a shark is real. You could just be swimming, and they're right there. So that freaks me out.
Gotcha. All right. Well, does this freak you out though? Let me show you this. Let's see. Let's push Anna to the limit tonight. Okay. What do you think about this?
No.
I have you seen this, Dan?
I have not seen this movie. No.
Okay. Here's my daughter. My daughter does not like horror films at all, but she comes to me and says, it's October. So every night this month, we have to watch like what she calls a Halloween film. Okay. So like Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas. That's the stuff she picks. Right. And I'm picking all these old sci-fi movies that I've never seen that give me an excuse to watch them.
Right.
This, I have to pay to watch this. And I'm like, it sucks. And do I
This
really?
isn't Raquel Welch, is it? In it? Or-
No.
Okay, that's a different one, isn't it? Or
Well,
Looks like it's Allison Hayes.
Yeah, Allison Hayes.
Allison Hayes. Okay.
I used to work at this diner that had a like retro poster of this up on the wall.
But it's like an hour and like 7 minutes long. So it's like not even an hour and a half. It's like 67 minutes long or something. You're like, the cost is only $4.99, but I'm still thinking, do I really want to spend $5 to watch this crap? But I really
It
want
might be free on YouTube. Let's see. Do you have YouTube Premium?
No.
No.
Now there's another like a partner movie to this called The Amazing Colossal Man, where he becomes this giant dude, right? This bald guy who runs, and that's on YouTube, which I am going to make my daughter watch with me. But
now you have seen like the day the Earth stood still.
Oh
like
yeah.
That. Okay.
Great movie.
That's a great movie. Yeah.
Okay. So, but here's what I didn't realize this, but, and maybe you guys did. I don't know. Anna, this might be more up your alley.
Okay.
Did you guys know that, well, it's the same movie, but did you guys know they remade this with Daryl Hannah?
I just saw that when I was looking this one up.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I did not know that either. And apparently it was in the 90s or something, because it's still like fairly young and attractive Daryl Hannah.
That's wild. Yeah.
They say the Daryl Hannah remake is free on YouTube.
Was that before or after her success or popularity, whatever?
Well, she was still like the stills I've seen. She's still like pretty young and good looking. So I think it's like, it had to have been when she was still,
Probably before.
But do you not think she was good looking in Kill Bill? Or is she
I
too
didn't-
old then?
I'm trying to remember Kill Bill. I don't think I've seen the whole thing. I remember seeing that fight in the kitchen with who's the Asian actress that was in that?
Well, what does she
Elise
look like now?
Liu?
Is she not attractive anymore or what?
Let's see.
Yeah, you got a recent Daryl Hannah?
She looks decent.
Well, she just like.
I mean, she's like
Can you share it?
70.
You can share.
I mean, for an old lady, she looks okay.
All right, well, we'll see. Here we go.
Is this her now? Isn't she dating like Neil Young?
Yeah, she looks all right.
That's fine. Whatever.
Oh my gosh, is that Neil Young in the hat right there?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Neil not looking so fine.
Actually, I think she looks pretty good, really.
Yeah.
It's better than Neil Young.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's the thing. Like, you don't have to be a stud muffin. You just have to wait till you're still alive and they're old and single. That's what I thought when Liam Neeson was supposedly dating Pam. And
Oh yeah.
good for
Pam's-
you. But then
Pam's
that was fake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pam's
so it's just a
interesting.
matter of time. You just got to wait them out, I guess. Okay.
Isn't it interesting that she doesn't like do makeup anymore, or very little? Where she was all made up during Baywatch and stuff, and now she's kind of like,
Now she's like, I'm old. I don't care.
yeah, I guess so. But she looks pretty good.
Out of your league, and then there's like a grading scale, and it just slowly gets into your league.
That's right. So, and they brought it up in the chat that Tim Burton, and I did read this, is doing a remake with Margot Robbie of the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well, Tim
think.
Burton, that's the kind of movie he should remake.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll have his nice little.
And isn't Tim Burton dating what's her face now? That,
I don't know who.
Monica, what's her name?
He was with
Monica Coppola or something. Let me look it
the
up.
Coppola daughter.
No, the really pretty one.
Oh,
She was in one of the, what is her name? She was in one of the Matrix movies. She's really pretty. Belushi. Yes, there we go. But I say it wrong. Monica Belushi.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
You will once you see her.
Goody Two Shoes for $5 says, add Anna painting. It'll be like a Warren magazine circa 1991. Maybe.
Yeah, but they do it in like an hour. See, the problem with that is we do the Star Trek show right after, and then right after that, I do my weekly show. So that would be me doing 3 streams in a row. And that's the day my husband has his like weekly big work meeting. So literally the second it turns like 4:50, I hand him the baby and I come in here.
Get to work. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a problem for me too, because I have to get Graybeards done and then jump on Landing Party. I usually have like a couple of minutes to spare, but we should we do occasionally do like the primetime specials. So we should do that one time with you, Anna, and we'll work around your schedule and get you on. It'll be fun.
I will try my best.
John Platt for £2 sterling. Aaron, when is Kit Carter 2 campaign starting? Don't know yet. I've got a couple things I want to get done first before I start.
I went to go like look at the one because I'm like, oh yeah, I know, like I bought it. It turns out I bought Wraith of God 2 twice.
Oh,
and you didn't get
good for you.
No, I bought I always try to back like at like the highest tier, so I bought it, and then I guess I went back to go buy Kit Carter, but I accidentally bought Wraith of God 2 twice.
Anna, send me your mailing address in like on Twitter chat or whatever.
Well, you're gonna have it because I just backed you again.
Oh, okay.
But I bought that big book that supposedly has Kit Carter in it. That like extra book that had the wrap.
Well, yeah, that's Wraith of God 2 has the Kit Carter backup story in it.
Okay.
But the graphic novel is its own thing. I'll send you a copy.
Hey, Anna, is your iProject book still available?
Yes.
Okay. Should bring it up and take a look at it.
I will find it.
Bring it up. Let me get one more. Okay, there it is. Snozhead for $1.99 says Tim Burton is remaking it with Margot Robbie, right? And then Joseph Schmuckatelli, who Ethan said, is that a Jewish Italian guy? Anna, those fallen troopers behind you have been fomenting ADD for weeks now. Please find kindness in your heart and fix them.
You know what? I've been meaning to, but then I always knock them over. So I'm like, but okay, I'll fix them.
When you got that much stuff up there and you just move one slightly, you actually knock another one over, it's chaos.
That's
well, I need
to
just remake the stands because this one doesn't, the one that doesn't have lights, I didn't space them wide enough. So that's why it doesn't have lights and that side does. I just need to remake one big one and then put in all the lights. I just haven't had time to do it. So
you should position them as dominoes and then knock one down.
Yeah.
Oh
just do a video.
Well, I have like, this is the good side and that's the bad side. So I was trying to go with a theme. We shall see.
Okay, wait a minute. Is this that's not your.
No, this is Monica Bellucci.
Okay.
However you say her name.
Okay, who is this?
This lady.
He was dating. Okay. Tim Burton, first of all, was dating when he did,
now they're together. But she's old now.
Okay.
So it's like you just gotta wait it out and stay alive.
Well, she looks pretty young still. Of course, Anna, you're talking to like 60-year guys, and you're like, "That's a young lady."
He was first dating that chick that played Vampira in Ed Wood for a while. I don't know who that was, and then he was involved with, who's that little British girl that was in
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes, for like forever, right?
Well, they were married and had 2 children.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and then they got divorced in like
Hollywood. It's people just can't stick together.
Well, he's got Asperger's really bad, and she's like, they never lived in the same house. They had 2 houses that were right next to each other, and they built like hallways to connect them. But she said like she could never live with him because he's crazy.
That is such a Tim Burton thing.
Yeah, well, I think that's a given. The guy's just out there. But,
I know.
But that's a lot of creative people, like, guys like that. They're just, I can imagine they're strange people,
Tim Burton is reportedly, according to Quoth the Raven, Louis Bright Raven, says Tim Burton is reportedly no longer dating Monica Bellucci. The two announced their split in September of 2025. So he obviously reads People magazine and he's up on this. Okay.
The Hollywood managers don't tend to last.
Avenger says Burton and Carter never married Anna. They were at best common law couple. Okay.
Oh my God. They technically were.
Well, I guess if you live together for, 6
they
years.
Had wedding photos.
See, now I don't know who to believe. Do I believe the Avenger or do I believe Anna?
It could have been like not a legal wedding, but they had photos of them getting married. I remember those.
Anna, you are like the queen of pop culture. So I'm going to go with you on this one because you know that. You do shows on this stuff. So,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Bring up your campaign, will you?
Anna? Bring up yours.
Well, I just did. Do I want to? give you some.
Yours has gone up significantly. You need to promote
Oh
it
my
while you're doing the
gosh. And
closeout.
Oh, man.
Aaron will not promote his stuff. It drives me nuts.
All right, hang on.
It's okay. I don't
I'll
like
do the-
promoting
we do the
myself.
graveyard. We do the graveyard show. And I'm like, Aaron, you gotta promote your comic book. What are you doing?
All right, there we go. Wraith of God 3, folks. This thing is closing out tonight, so please back if you haven't. Let's do a little refresh, see what's happening. Oh my gosh, we gained over $1,000 since this show started. How about that?
Nice.
Thank you guys so much. 93,636 smacks. Thank you guys very much. Like I said, this is closing out at midnight, so you want to get in there and back. And there you go. Okay, so
show them the covers. I mean, the covers
Less
are
than 400 away from 94,000. Guys, go and back Aaron's comic now.
Right. 95 would such a nice round number. It would be really nice to get there.
Man, all these covers are
right here.
so good.
So, Anna, if you're going to buy a horror comic like this, which cover would you pick? Cover A?
I bought all of them because I'm a woman and I'm indecisive.
But see, I like that about you. I think that's
when I go and when I find a pair of shoes I like, I buy them in every color.
Aaron, go back.
Really?
I do.
Aaron, go back for a second. The other one.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm not a big gore guy. I don't like, but this one, the colors are just so wonderfully done. The red and the blues, the aqua blue.
Well, see, the scariest thing about this cover is there's a fucking ginger on it.
Is that you? Okay.
She's a witch too. She's a witch in the story.
There you go.
It has no soul.
Yeah, boy,
so
she
it works
doesn't in this story. She's not the nicest girl you'll ever meet. Well, Dan, now this isn't all that gory. You can't see like drippings or anything coming out. I mean,
and also it's kind of like a dead character type.
Been dead for a while, so. That's of course a tribute to EC Comics from the 50s. Then those of you who kind of like me that dig the 1972 Marvel box covers, I didn't realize I was doing this, but like on every Wraith of God, I've done one of these. And I said, well, when I got to this one, I was like, I guess I have to do another one since it's like a thing now. I just like that box cover look. I don't know why. It kind of limits.
I think it's
I think it was very smart to have feet on your cover too.
Yeah. Well, I think it highlights the lettering. I think that's something that comic book artists need to pay more attention to. The great power of lettering. It's fun. It says, you're going to have a great time. It's just, that saying, Wraith of God. It's like, I see wimpy lettering all the time. Like, oh, why are you doing that? When you got this comic book legacy lettering, which is so much fun and so graphic. It's so powerful,
Well, someone, I won't say who, criticized my logo at the very beginning. And I said, look, you just don't get it. I mean, I see people that do these elaborate logos now, but they're really cool in terms of conception, but they're so busy. Sometimes you can't even read.
Readability is so important.
Right. And so I wanted something that was graphic, simple, harken back to, my youth in comics, where these were what was sticking up out of the spinner rack was that logo, and it had to be readable and easily understood from a distance. And that's kind of what I went for. And
I did a whole video on the power of a good logo and how important it is. And it highlighted the X-Men logo, which I think is probably the greatest logo ever created for a comic book. And like you said, it stuck over the part that was sticking out of the spinner rack with this giant, thick, heavy, badass X-Men going, X-Men, It wasn't X-Men, It was X-Men.
Little X-Men.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do that. And I like people, this is comics,
Exactly. And don't get too cute.
Now this one, I know you made the logo small because the illustration is just so gorgeous. You can't.
I know. I didn't want to cover
any of it up.
I was like, Chris. The thing is, I told Chris. I mean, he knew he was doing a cover, and I got it, and I was like, dude, where am I supposed to put the logo? I'm not covering up the headless horseman, So I just made it small,
which is great because this is just. I mean, the art is what sells this baby. It's just this is really good. So.
Yeah, he's a good dude too. He was very supportive of me when I was getting canceled, and just terrific artist.
Why did they cancel you? I haven't heard your origin story yet.
Oh, because when everybody got fired at DC, and this was September of 2019. AT&T, I think, owned Warner Brothers, and they went in and just cleaned house. And so every editor that I knew was suddenly not there anymore. And so I reached out to a couple people, got no response, about work. And I was just coming off Justice League, which seemed really odd to me, that I thought, well, someone will give me something. No. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to go beg a bunch of 20-something-year-old girls that are now the editors for work. And so I decided to go, and do Wraith of God. So I've been watching Comicsgate, from afar. I was still working in the industry, but I said, these are a bunch of conservatives. That's what I am, So I reached out to Ethan to see if he'd launch me, and I launched the book, and I got attacked like crazy once, everybody saw that I was on Ethan's channel launching a book, and I was called a Nazi and a white supremacist. And then
join the club.
Yeah, I know. Right? And so when I found out from talking to other pros that were still friendly with me, what they were basically told not to work with me and not to associate with me, or it would affect them getting work. And that was from the person told me 2 out of the 3 big 3. So I know Image was one of them, because I know Image hates me. And so it was either Marvel or DC that told some other pros not to work and associate with me.
So they ghost you and they expect you just to not do anything for the rest of your life?
Yeah. So
what a bunch of cucks.
Yep. So anyway, that's my origin story. But anyway, there's the redheaded witch, and she's got a little bit of gray in her hair because she's getting a little bit older. She's still young and attractive enough to lure in some male sacrifices. But anyway, so there's some of the artwork colored by Jason Wright, and the Wraith of God t-shirts, the Bisley cover from Wraith of God 2, and the Dale Keown werewolf cover from Wraith of God 1. Really good rock and roll shirts. There's a Garbage Man value stamp that appears on the editorial page, which was it's kind of like a Marvel Comics kind of 70s bulletin editorial page tribute thing. And that's included on that as part of a stretch goal. And then you got the sculpture from the nightclub, and Trunk from the nightclub are the 2 trading cards that you get. Also, Art Taber's Garbage Man card for early sign up was one of the stretch goals in there. Wraith of God Nouveau. This is based on Muka, of course.
Yeah, Alphonse.
And signed and numbered, limited edition, 500 copies. That's an add-on. These add-ons, you guys, you won't see in the perks. You will see the roughs, which is 48 pages of layouts for the graphic novel. And this is a signed and numbered book. It's going to be limited to how many copies I print up, and that's pretty much it. So there won't be any extras of that. You can get a shot glass. This is for the nightclub, of course, one of my IPs we just mentioned. We've done one for the Wraith of God. We've done one for Garbage Man and one for Kit Carter. And now Nightclub is number 4 out of 6. Poker chips. Well, they're always fun.
Or golf markers.
Our golf markers, as Gary Martin will be using them for. And then, of course, Wraith of God 1.
You say they're poker chips. I mean golf markers when you're talking about golf.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you can get the first 2 issues if you missed them.
Anna, when you have your golf ball and you're on the tee and you.
I'm not a boy.
When you're golfing on the green and you have to take a turn, so you put your little marker down there so it doesn't interfere with the other person's ball, and so the person can shoot. It might not hit your ball if you use a marker for that. So,
it's okay. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
I've never even stepped foot on a golf course.
You won't be quizzed on this later. All right, guys. So the link's in the description of this video. And like I said, it's closing out tonight. So you want to back if you have not done so already. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a look at what Anna's got cooking, because I'm starting to lose my voice. So I'll let Anna talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, guys. So I've spent the past 4 years painting eyes from members of my audience because I wanted to get better. And so the best way to get better at something is to practice. So this is a book that has all the first 100 eyes. So this is how much space they've taken up on my wall.
All right, hang on a second now.
That's cool, man.
Did that Power Girl booby window shirt that you're wearing?
I
Did you
had
make
like
that, or do those
no, I
can
bought
you
that.
actually get
I
those?
had 4 different outfits that I tried on to take different pictures to see what looked best on camera. This one made me look the least fat, so I chose this.
But can you buy those shirts, or did you make that shirt?
No, I bought it.
So they actually have
What do you
shirts
want one,
like
Aaron, or what?
Yeah, they got lots of boob window shirts.
Yeah,
Aaron wants a boob shirt.
no, I still got to bench a little bit more to get my boobs up.
Hey, I'm
Well,
getting that.
I'll send you one for the wife and the daughter. They can
There
wear
you
them.
Hey, I'm getting the point where I need that man's ear, that bro.
Man's ear.
I need
The
a little
girdle
extra
thing.
support there,
Oh, yeah, and then this right here is Graham's eye. The one like right above my head, the black one. The one
Oh,
that's-
the angry eye.
yeah, the angry eye. That's Graham's eye.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Who's
this is
who's this a surprise eye? Who did right
which
to your left of your head, left of your head. Someone's got.
oh, I don't know. That's somebody from my audience. The gold one.
Yes.
No, some people sent me different expressions, and they just wanted I don't know. They wanted to be interesting, I guess, but it's fun. It's been
this.
very fun practicing. Here's a better view of all of the eyes. And then this was just a sample. This is going to be a hardcover book. And
Cool.
scroll all the way to the bottom. I have an updated design of what the graphic is going to be. So this is going to be gold debossed. So that's when they like make a stamp and press into the book. And then the rims of the pages is all going to be gold as well. But so this is what the cover is actually going to look like. This is the spine. And then here's some interior pages for you guys. So if you guys want to see a little higher res.
This is fascinating.
Thank you.
Do
This
a book
wouldn't be
like
possible
this.
without all of you guys. And I know it's weird, but I'm a pretty weird person. And I just appreciate everyone helping me out and bettering my skills. So thank you. And this is the first I was going to do 200, but now because I had extra, I didn't turn any volunteers away. I'm going to do 300.
So
wait a minute.
eyes
Are you saying you're still wait a minute? You're still painting eyes for this book?
I am still painting eyes.
So I can send you like
You
my
can.
eye.
You can. I'll send you instructions on how.
Yes. Okay. Do it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So going back, and if you guys haven't, I did try to close it down, but I had made the iBook 2 campaign and I accidentally closed that one before I even launched it. So I messed it all up. So I was like, oh, whatever. It's a sign that I wasn't supposed to close this yet, but it is still up. It's still available. Once I start printing, though, which is going to be very, very soon, this is coming down. So go back it while you still can. I'm really close to 11,000, which would be really cool to get there. And I'm only 30 away from 200 backers. So that could be you. So go and check it out.
Well, now that I know my eye is going to be in it, I guess I'll back it now.
Not this one, the next one.
Oh, the next one?
Well, the third one.
So I'm the sequel. I'm not in
You're not in. No, this is only the eyes 1 from 100.
Okay.
100 eyes. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come out with 3 books. So this is
Now,
the
Anna,
first-
they say eyes are the window of the soul. Do you feel like when you do someone's eye that you kind of know them? Do you get any insight or?
Not really, because it's just like a photo. I guess it's
More
good
technical?
when you. Well, I guess when somebody in the chat is this is my eye. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what you look like, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And that's like all I know from them. But it's more so interesting looking at it and disassociating with the person and just seeing different shapes and patterns.
Yeah.
Does it freak you out though when you're painting it? That eye gets more lifelike and it's looking right at you.
And no, I'm one of those people that when I draw or paint something, all I see is what I did wrong.
Yeah.
You know, so I look at every single one and I'm like, I know exactly what I messed up on and how I need to fix it. So it drives me crazy, but I guess it kind of motivates me to get better.
Do you use a mirror when you're working to see the reflection of it?
Of this? No, I have a laptop open with a picture of the eye.
Okay, but I'm saying when you're
eye.
working on your art, like do you look at the art in the reflection of a mirror?
No, like you mean mirroring it like in Photoshop, like
yeah, like that, but just using an actual mirror, because that's for me, boy, you see your flaws immediately. It's a really interesting technique.
Oh yeah, as soon as you flip it,
and
look at it backwards.
I always take my drawings to a mirror and I look at them because I there's things that I don't see until I flip it. I go, oh my gosh,
I don't
know why that is.
because I don't want to redraw anything.
Sometimes it's disheartening because you draw this, spend a lot of time, and I go, oh man,
No, my thing is like, oh, I should have like held my wrist this way to get this kind of brush stroke, or I should have used
Okay.
this color instead of that color for it. Like just little things that nobody else will ever notice except for me.
Okay.
Like,
Well, these all look really good. So
thank
Yeah,
you.
I think this looks really cool.
yeah, you
Eric
messed up.
Winberg for $2 is getting nasty. He says Aaron book 2 is brown eye only.
Oh my goodness.
gosh.
No, book 2 has the most blue eyes in it. I will say that. There was a lot of blue eyes in book 2.
Anna, I think you bring some of these unsavory characters into the chat with
Oh, I
you.
100% did. I retweeted this stream and I said, come hang out and torment Aaron.
Yeah, that's what we do pretty much on the Graybeards. We torment them, and the chat torments them.
Well, you know.
It's now a thing.
What is this?
Poor
Does
Aaron.
anybody know what this means? Aaron, you missed the live nude die-in today. Missed opportunity.
I do not know.
I
I've
don't
been with
know.
a baby all day.
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh my gosh, they're saying $30 away from 94K.
$30. That's one more backer.
ooh.
Oh my gosh, go back that book. Hey, can you explain what is that one book? It sounded like there was 3 or 4 books in it.
You know my campaign?
Yeah.
No. I was talking about the second issue of Wraith of God. It has 3 backup stories in it.
Yeah, there's one that's got like a wraparound cover. It's
Yeah,
not
that's-
included. It wasn't included in the Get Everything, or it wasn't listed, so I went and I added it
No.
on.
Hang on a second now. You're
Oh, he's talking about the ICE protest. Oh.
okay. In Portland, probably.
Mm.
Okay, you're probably thinking about the add-ons here for Wraith. This
That
is
one. What's
yeah.
in that book?
Okay. That's Wraith of God 2, Blood Hunters.
Okay.
It has a backup story of the nightclub, which has a tie into the Wraith, but that I haven't spelled it out yet. And there's a Garbage Man backup story in there, and then there's the first Kit Carter story in there, which was basically the Kit Carter stuff. Was I was doing like Sunday pages, like for a newspaper strip. So each had a little gag attached to it, but it was part of a larger narrative. And so each page was like an episode, right? So there's 14, I think it's 14 pages of Kit Carter. And then that sort of, it's referred to a little bit in the opening sequence in the graphic novel, the Kit Carter graphic novel. But yeah, the Wraith of God 2 is like 100 and it's over 100 pages. I can't remember exactly the page count. I think the story page count is like 103 pages because you've got the Wraith of God story, which was 50 some pages. There's a 16-page Garbage Man story that Dan colored in there. So
You want to see that? I actually brought that. I'm sharing that right now. If you'd like to show
Okay,
it.
hang on. We'll bring it up in a sec. And then there's the Kit Carter stuff, which I wrote, penciled, inked, and colored. And then there's the nightclub story, which Kelsey colored and Matt Ryan inked.
You've heard from Kelsey?
No. This is years. This is like a couple years ago, Anna.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't heard from Kelsey for over a year. He colored the Kit Carter graphic novel. He turned in the pages, and I never heard from him again. And that was in July of last year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
It's nice to know he's okay. That's the main
yeah, he's alive. He's eating chicken. That
thing. Yeah.
I'm sure he finished it by now, but
probably leftovers. I don't know how much
Or not,
God, I hate the StreamYard where you have to like stop sharing and then start sharing. You can't just click onto something and it replaces it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
This
Now,
is the
if
garbage.
anybody
Man
in
story
the
that Dan
chat
did.
doesn't know about this. I remember you showing me this black and white images on screen, and I saw this first image right here, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I would love to color that." And you said, "You want to?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, so I did, and I had so much fun with this, especially since I know you love rights, and so do I. And so I approached it in a very Wrightson kind of way.
Well, it's very much a rights and tribute story.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun to color this baby. I was just like, yeah. So yeah. Where's this shot was just so much fun. That was crazy cool.
that's a lot of zombies.
Yeah, they all it's a family graveyard and they all came to life and they're just hanging out in this dude's house.
Yeah, and then there was this sequence too up here where when he goes outside, we really, This is where I really did the rights and coloring on this guy here, you know.
Right, because he's basically meant to be
Hand over fist.
Hand over fist, yeah.
Yep, yep. So I knew exactly what you wanted to do, and I'm like, boy, is that cool.
Dude, you know, like, go back. That second panel is so Wrightson.
Yep.
With the hand, like that feet and hands in the foreground there. That is such a Wrightson panel.
And I'm throwing all those, those colors in there, the blues, the reds, and something you can do now on the computer. It's incredible what you can do, It's just so awesome. All these colors in here. You can.
Anna and I are traditionalists, Dan. We like to paint with a brush.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just fun stuff. So
I'm
not going to show everybody everything, but if you love rights, and you can get this as an add-on if you get the second book, right? The Blood Hunters.
Yep.
So that's all show.
Yeah. Get all your Wraith of God reading needs. Get all 3 volumes. They're each story is self-contained, but they're all the character stuff and the relationship stuff progresses, but each story is with each creature or whatever is self-contained. So you don't.
Aaron, do a refresh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hi, Shane.
Shane's sick. He's not feeling good.
Yeah.
I heard from Yanzi that they're all at home dying.
Yeah, I remember being sick a lot more when my kids were young. It's like they bring home everything. They're wiping their nose on your face and on your shirt.
Petri dishes. My grandson's got me sick already once. So, all right, here we go. Survey says $94,144. Thank you guys. That's awesome.
Awesome.
And 1,304 backers. Do you know what a 304 is, Aaron?
No, I don't. The way she's laughing now, I'm like nervous.
Okay, you remember when you had like a calculator and you would type in numbers and you turn it over and it spells bad words?
Right? Yeah. Okay, and I got to turn it upside down. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ho.
I think I know what I'm guessing what it says.
Yeah, ho.
The chat got it.
Look at Anna. Hee. That's awesome. Thank you guys. So we're at 94,144. Excellent. You'll find a link in the description of this video. And remember, closes out tonight at midnight. So back tonight. Don't miss out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who wants to look at some more artwork?
Well, I need to go to bed.
All right. Well, thank you, dear, for coming in and helping out. I greatly appreciate it. And
Anna, thank you for helping us in Comicsgate too. We really appreciate it so much.
No problem. It's fun.
Yeah, good.
It's just all good.
Congratulations, Aaron. I hope you get to at least 95, but mostly I hope you get to 100K tonight.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate it very much. We'll see you on Wednesday.
I will see you on Wednesday for what episode is it? The prison one, right?
Oh, which one is it?
I don't know.
Oh, is it Whom Gods Destroy? Is that what it is? The Sane Asylum one?
Yeah, the prison one, right? Or no, Graham said that's the we got. Oh no, it's the black and white face.
Oh, right, that's right. That's right. Let this be your last battlefield. Yeah.
I'll see you on Wednesday, and I'm excited.
Yep.
That's a great episode. Oh my god.
Thanks, Anna.
Okay, see you. Bye. Yeah. She's so nice.
I know. I love Anna. She's like so young.
I know.
The rest of us are not.
She could,
like,
she could
bring
be our
youthful energy.
She could be our daughter. She's.
I know. That really makes me sad.
I know.
She actually could be my daughter.
Absolutely, yes.
You don't look as old as I do, though, Dan. So
it's my lighting. When you get me into good lighting, you see, I'm pretty gray.
You get old pretty fast.
Yes. All
right, so let's do this. I have a little thing called comic. We review comic cover artists, and I got a little intro. So let me play it. All right, so these are not like, I'm not like rating these in terms of the top 10 John Romita covers or anything like that. These are my favorites. So your mileage may vary. That's all I'm saying. So let's start off down here with a hello. There we go.
John Romita Jr. drew one of my favorite comic books. Well, two of them together. The one with Spider-Man and Juggernaut, when he's going to rescue the what was the woman with the psychic with the
I know which one you're
Madam
talking
Web.
about.
Was it Madam Web?
It might be.
Okay.
Well, that you might get to see that cover. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that was such a great story. It was so cool.
These covers that I have kind of span at least 2 decades, 80s and 90s. I love this cover because the Punisher is so big on it. And I love big centralized characters on the covers because I think it really helps sell the book. I don't like small figures, busy covers.
Absolutely. I always tell that to people. It's interesting. One time when I was studying covers, I took a bunch of comic books that I had and I put them all out on the floor because I wanted to see which ones grabbed my attention. And of course, the ones with the large figures are the ones, and they happen to be X-Men books. They happen to be the biggest selling books too. That was the most interesting thing. I noticed the low selling books had little figures on them, or least popular. So keep that in mind, folks. When you're making a comic book cover, make that figure as big as you can.
Yeah,
it's impact. It's really,
it's very much what we were talking about with the logos, and it's something you can see from a distance. It grabs your attention. When you have a bunch of little characters, it just looks like busy noise.
Right.
And it's so anyway, and also the fact that you've got this kind of this tunnel right there, like opening that against this all black background with that little white highlight there with the people in it. It's just a really well designed cover.
Yep. It's interesting to watch John Romita Jr.'s development too, from like the era when, even though I love that comic book of Spider-Man versus Juggernaut, he did develop a style as he went that was interesting and different, and it sort of worked for him really well.
Yeah, because he was basically a house style artist when he started,
more or less, yeah.
And then he became. I think there was some Frank Miller influence into what he was doing.
Yeah.
But then he sort of made it his own. I really like this cover too. Again, big, huge, centralized figure. I love how he's just sticking his chest out. It's just an outrageous pose.
Yeah, it is man spreading to the max there.
But you got all these drugs, in the foreground and stuff. You got these two guys, one in each arm. But again, you're just looking at that skull and that figure.
Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't matter that, anatomically it's not quite right with that chest popping out like that, but it doesn't matter. It's his style now that works. That's the thing about him. He really wasn't his father as far as the technical or the I would say the draftsman quality, the realism. So he found a way to be expressive that was his own. And it was really good in itself that, like this is really powerful. Probably more powerful than his father's in some ways. You know what I'm saying?
Well, his John Romita Sr. was more of a romantic kind of elegant artist and
realistic. Yeah.
John Jr. he's really more powerful and I don't want to say Kirby-esque, but kind of in that vein.
In that he developed a style.
Yes,
and it was a little more cartoon aspects to it that sort of
we like to say stylized.
Stylized is, that's the best for a better name,
Yeah. Well, and he created his own identity apart from his dad, which would be really hard to do, especially when your dad was such a famous artist, and he's at least as famous as his dad was.
Yes. Yeah, and I think he holds his own
and for different reasons.
Way. He found his own voice is what it came down to.
Well, no, this is interesting because we're going to go backwards in time, and this is more him and his, what you'd say, a Marvel house style.
Oh, that's a classic, though. Yeah, that is.
It is, but yeah, you see this reproduced all the time.
Yeah, that's a great image of Iron Man. I mean, it's badass. And then
it's more traditional.
The logo. This is the thing where I was talking about logos, man.
Oh, this is a great
logo. It fills
logo.
the space. It's heavy. It's thick. It's powerful. It's, you don't want saying Iron Man, you want Iron Man, it's so cool.
Yep. And this is inked by Bob Layton, but it's a more traditional approach to superhero drawing.
Yeah. And Bob Layton, of course, was an artist in and of himself. And so
Yep.
that's always good when you get an inker who can really draw too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this I had to put this on there. I'm not a big Iron Man fan, but this is such an iconic image of Iron Man.
And look at the storytelling on the cover, putting the glove on and all that stuff, with all the armor coming up. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yep. This was this early 80s. Okay, now this one this is his latter style, but this is a really nice graphic image. This whole miniseries had good covers.
Yep, I remember that one. That's great.
But I like how they got this really sort of powerful Daredevil behind him, all in red, and then that stark white of the Kingpin.
Yeah, this is when I noticed him really changed and develop into the current style in this particular series. When he really came alive, and I thought, wow, because remember those 2-page spreads in a lot of those books where he's punching somebody, and it's like, wow, that has impact. I mean, it's fantastic,
Yep. And Frank Miller was writing this, so you got to imagine that he was was helping push John in a certain direction, and then John just kind of embraced it and kind of went with it. And because it's really hard when you get comfortable in a style to change and be that drastic. But he made it work, man.
Yep.
That's just really cool stuff.
The Kingpin is sweet.
Mm-hmm. And again, just the graphic nature of this cover with that white against that black and that dark red.
Yep.
It just jumps. I mean, again, I remember seeing this, on and I'm not a big Daredevil reader, but I bought it.
Yep. I got it too. Yeah. Good stuff.
I like this. Now, this is from his earlier Daredevil stuff.
Oh, Marcus says Al Williamson inked that Daredevil cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Al too. I like this just because of the design of it. You've got Daredevil underwater and then Typhoid Mary, above water there. That's just a real interesting, well-designed cover. And again, two big, it's just like a big mass right there in the middle.
What's great too is today with the computer coloring, someone might ruin this. But back then they still had that simplified coloring, which made it a powerful graphic. So he's got a graphic style. You need kind of a more flat colors to kind of work that thing. The same thing with Walt Simonson. If you go and render the shit out of Walt Simonson, it's going to look weird.
Yeah, Kirby looks like crap when people do that too.
Yep.
When they render the crap out of him.
Not designed for that type of coloring. Exactly.
That's why I really appreciate what Mignola did with Hellboy.
Yep.
I think it was Dave Stewart that colored that? Or
I don't know.
But the guy he used at Dark Horse, very flat, straightforward colors.
But he had a great color palette.
Mm-hmm. Now this is Daredevil here, but this is when JR Jr. was transitioning in his style. And he was kind of halfway there. But I love this, again, that huge image of Typhoid Mary.
Yep.
It's a very simple cover, but it's very effective.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
Dramatic lighting.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe it's a little too simplistic, maybe perhaps, but
I don't know, man. I remember seeing this and I grabbed it.
Okay. So I feel like if you got the problem with it, if I'm going to get nitpicky,
go ahead.
There's a lot of open space on that where the heart attack is. I mean, that's a lot of dead space on a drawing. Usually I would be tempted to make that heart attack just really big. I mean, just anything to kind of cover up that dead space, but
Well, yeah, and you could have, I guess theoretically, he could have brought Daredevil closer.
Yeah, I think that would have been a solution. Yes.
Yeah.
He brought that leg down and made him big then I think it would have been a more effective cover, but I'm nitpicking,
Yeah, I included this one because I bought this. I still have this book, and I wasn't a Daredevil reader, but for some reason that just kind of caught my eye, and so I grabbed it. Now here's the one I think you're talking about. Is that the cover you're talking about?
Yes, I am. Yeah, there's two. Yeah, that's one. That's the second one.
I
Or
love
wait, no,
this.
maybe this is the first one of the two. I forget now. But isn't that great? I mean, that
I
is
love
so
this
cool.
cover. Well, and plus the fact that he used that Zipatone back there
Yeah.
and made the him black and white so that Spider-Man just,
Yeah,
stands out.
who was saying black and white is not effective? Look at that.
Yeah, Paul Taylor from Canada, our biology friend from Canada.
Yeah, Paul, check it out. Look, yeah. Of course, he's going to say, "There's color on it."
Everybody's agreeing it was Dave Stewart that did the coloring on Hellboy.
Yeah, that was a great story. Oh, it's so cool. It's a lot like, it reminds me of the one we were talking about, the X, the one that you were, the monster we were talking about, that old movie where it's levels. It keeps going. Breaking through certain levels. You think he's got this challenge, got that challenge, until it reaches a crescendo. Most good stories, I think, are structured in that way. So you start off a little bit with action, but you sort of build and build and build and build to it maximizes to a big finish.
Yep.
And this one certainly did that.
Especially in comic books. I mean, it's got to be big. You want it big.
Yeah.
And I actually did some rewriting in Wraith of God 3 because I didn't feel my original, the way I was going to do the ending, had enough impact. So I made it bigger, and I like it much better now.
It's like, people don't got to think of this stuff as like a piece of music. And Will Eisner would say that about every page having a rhythm to it, and it sort of builds and grows, and it has dips and valleys, and then and crescendos, and and then you finally finish with a big whopping grand finale fireworks display.
Exactly. I like this again. This is very stark.
Yeah, that's good.
But again, very designy. But I do appreciate that, because that a good design on a cover goes a long way.
Yep.
Paul Taylor for 10, speaking of the devil, even though the little people are admonishing my criticism of black and white comics, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. We celebrate 1 month earlier in Canada because we get the snow first.
Oh,
all right. Well,
okay.
thank you, Paul.
That sounds good. He's got Thanksgiving. Let's go invite us over, Paul. And
yeah, exactly.
I'm hungry.
Paul, when you get your black and white magazine that we're going to provide for you, I think you may change your mind just a little bit.
Well, he's setting the bar, so we gotta jump over that. We gotta convert him. This is a challenge. He's thrown down the gauntlet and said, you guys can't entertain me with black and white. And we're gonna go. I consider that a challenge.
That's right. Check this one out. Yeah, this is a heck of a cover, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You've got a bunch of stuff going on, but look how he isolates Daredevil, that single figure. Then that draws your attention. Again, just really effective layout. And I love the color, just the red.
Oh my gosh. Almost monochromatic, but then he throws in a hot pink and some pinks in there, which is wild, That's really creative.
Michael Golden does that a lot too. Surprises you with these kind of electric color choices every once in a while. But this is, I really like this cover a lot.
This is what comics does well. I mean, we should do what we can do best.
Yes. Absolutely. Look at that. The black, the use of the black there. It's funny how there's not, I mean, there is some black down here, but there's not a lot of shadow on any of the characters in the foreground. And yet, but Daredevil is all like black, and that makes him stand out from the rest of them.
Yep. If you squint your eyes, and that's sometimes that's the power of a, you got a good design if you squint your eyes and you can read it.
Yep.
Frazetta is the same way. You can see a Frazetta from across the room. Same with the rights, but more so Frazetta. It just reads. It's such a good design, black and white. As a black and white image, it works.
Yeah, the design of where they put their blacks, Frazetta and Wrights, and David Finch is really good at it too, to create volume and define the shapes. So good. When these came out, I loved these little frame covers they did on all these books that month at Marvel, or
Didn't like him.
You didn't like? Okay,
Did
now I want to
not
hear
like
this.
them.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess maybe it gets back to that busyness and interferes with the artwork completely. It just I like the little heads up on top. I always love that stuff. But this frame here, I just thought it was just got in the way of the art, and it didn't look like.
Well, almost every one of these was a close up in the frame.
I know.
So it kind of
just wasn't.
No,
I
like
just didn't care
Dan
for it.
poo-pooing on. I like this. I got the X Factor one. I remember that Simonson did, and then of Cyclops, and then I think Barry Smith. Didn't Barry Smith do the Daredevil one? Maybe
I think that the problem is if you're going to do a frame cover, it's got to be neutral. You know, like when you do your framed covers, those 70s things, it's a solid shape. This interferes with the eye. It takes away from the design too much, you know.
Okay. There you go. A valid argument.
Valid argument.
I wouldn't disagree with you, except for some reason I like these, and I can't.
Now, maybe if they colored it like monochromatically or something like that, it might work.
Oh, yeah, that actually would have helped quite a bit.
Yeah. Like we were just talking about the way they did those red, you know, the Daredevil all red. It's like if they just like done that all red, and then it would have focused your eye on the character. But it's just too busy. It's too much busyness in it.
You got some people that agree with you in the chat, Dan.
Well, what do you say? You know, who disagrees with me?
All right, here's some more current stuff of JR Jr. that I kind of like. Again.
I really like the Spider-Man stuff. It's pretty darn awesome.
I love the webbing here, and kind of like Spider-Man just sort of, I guess he's sort of hanging there, right? Stuck to the webbing. Is that the idea? Kind of like beaten and perhaps even dead.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like this one. I think
I hope you have the one with him on the top of the building, like the spire. Do
you think I have bad taste, Dan? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I'm just hoping you got that one because it's a great example of a great Spider-Man.
I would never pass that up.
There we go.
Now, this is actually inked by Romita Sr.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah.
So this is maybe one of the single coolest images of Spider-Man ever.
Yes. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I've seen a lot of people do that rain splatter kind of thing, and it really works. I mean, it just
does. It's cool.
Different people, different artists doing it, and man, it's so successful because it just feels like he is drenched with rain. Man, that's cool.
Yep, you have that rain coming down and the broken streaking, through here. I love this cover. And the color job on it is really good too. Very dramatic. But I'm going to show you one more because this, in some ways, might be his most famous cover. And I thought this was a great introduction to.
Oh yeah, that's a good cover. Yeah,
he's ripping Spider-Man
that's an old one
in half.
Yep.
And then revealing.
Well, he had a really good run on Spider-Man. I thought he was a very good artist for that. And like, what was that one with who was the character who was the Killing Joke or something? Not the Killing Joke, but the he. Oh man,
got to give me more.
I'm trying to
Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, where he was something like the jokester. Someone's gonna help me. I know someone. Marcus, help me, please. Help me, Marcus. You're my only hope.
Henry Jeremick says, "I agree with Dan. Aaron has bad taste." Oh, man. Crazy. Let's see. Avengers says, Aaron Lopresti, I'm legit. I bought all 3 issues of Wraith of God now, plus the Wraith 3 roughs. Had to get that. Love roughs and pencils. Thank you, Avenger. Totally appreciate it, man. Thank you guys very much. Krabby Patty is saying the Green Goblin. It's not the Green.
No, it's not the Green Goblin.
You're not talking about the Green Goblin, are you?
No, he had kind of a nice rimmed hat, and he had 2 guns. Fool Killer. Thank you.
The Fool.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Fool Killer. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He wasn't originally a Spider-Man villain, though, was he? Maybe he was.
Yeah, I think maybe he was a Punisher
he
villain.
was.
I don't know.
I'm thinking of the Hate Monger. That was an FF guy, and that was Hitler, right? Hate Monger.
Clint got it right. Yes. Yeah. And it worked in, and the story worked into his name, kind of how he played it off. It was a really good story.
Yeah, he was kind of like a swashbuckler looking guy, right?
Yes, yes.
Hat and everything. Yeah. Well, anyway, those are some of my favorite JR Jr. covers. Let's take a quick moment here and check out the old campaign, see what's happening.
So we're going closing out tonight, guys. This is it.
All right, let's see here. 94,371 dollars. We are knocking on the door 95. That'd be
a nice even number. Yeah.
As Ethan would say, that would be fire tonight if we get to 95. So appreciate it, guys. We've got about an hour and a half before I close that sucker out. Hour and 45 minutes. So we shall see what we shall see. Guys, links in the description of this video. And there's people, Eric Hutfeld's doing a great job. Same with Randy Howell and others posting the links in the chat. We appreciate it very much.
So Paul has some information on the Fool Killer. This is a 1965 adventure drama film starring Edward Albert and Anthony Perkins. It was based on a 1954 novel of the same name by Helen. I can't read it. Ostis or something. I don't know. But yeah, these guys have all so much info.
What year was that movie?
1965.
Interesting. All right. You know, I was going to do, I don't know why. I only do one commercial artist or feature artist a show. And for some reason, I pulled up Mooka and Crash McCreary, but I want to do Crash McCreary this week. I'm going to save Mooka for next week.
Okay. I don't know who this Crash McCreary is.
Well, you're about to find out.
Okay. Well, maybe I know his art and sometimes I don't know their name.
Well, he does character design and stuff in movies, so you don't see a lot of his stuff. 200-watt studio for $2. Shane caught mono from John Malin. I don't have any inside information on that. Goody Two Shoes says, Anna, just paint and publish your work. You besh, we want your work. Workube. Somebody's been
you betcha we want your work.
Oh, okay. Anna, just paint and publish your work.
You
betcha we want your work. Okay, I didn't read that before Anna left. I apologize, you guys, that I missed that before Anna left. But okay, I'm caught up in super chats.
Okay, Shane said he typed in 65K. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he just corrected himself. So
well, he's feverish. Shane's feverish. You know, he's delirious.
But look, he corrected himself. Check it out. Check out the total. Refresh it.
He says, let's effing get 95K. That's what he's saying.
Refresh.
Are they saying we're there?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. No, we're not.
Oh, he's just cheering it on.
No, he's saying let's effing get it.
Okay, let's.
We're not there yet.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
Jeez, Dan.
I'm jumping the gun. I'm excited. I can't help it.
Okay. Now Shane doesn't want to come on. He's sick.
Yeah, I know. He's
I got to give him a break. He came on Ethan's channel. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, he's a trooper. I mean, having a little one. Can you imagine trying to do this with little ones?
Oh, no, I can't. I had a hard enough time just like being a regular freelancer with little ones.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So, all right. So let's do this. Another segment of this show, Dan. I like to call Who's This Guy? Okay, I really screwed that up. I
Yeah.
had Alphonse Mook, and it's supposed to be Crash McCreary. Totally screwed that up. So anyway, we're doing Crash tonight.
All
And
right, let's see this guy's stuff. I want to see if I know.
okay, so he
Is he current? Is he older? What's his?
well, he's probably our age.
No, I mean, well, okay, I'm saying, is he a current like artist now, or was he? You say he's our age. I mean, has he been around a while or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in movies, though, is his thing. So let's take a look at some of the movies he's worked on and some of his artwork. Because a lot of this stuff doesn't get published unless, somebody will put it in a book. And you might know this movie.
Oh, yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah.
So I got a little bio on him I'd want to give a little information about. He was born to an Air Force family in Colorado Springs, and most of his early training began from observing nature, where he gained a deep appreciation for the natural order of things. Crash, pardon me, that's his nickname, by the way, received a scholarship to the Art Center College of Design in Pasadena, Dan. He graduated with a BFA in illustration in 1988. So there you go. So
he's our age, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a little bit younger than me, because I was 21 in 85. So he's probably 2 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
That same year, Dan, in 1980, he met Stan Winston, consequently establishing a working relationship that would last for 12 years.
Wow.
His first design job was Predator 2, and he found himself immersed in the work that he could before only admire as a fan.
Okay, this is how I don't know about him, because I don't really know what they're doing in movies a lot of times. Now we're finding this stuff out with the internet and stuff.
Yeah. Now check this out. Did you see Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes? It wasn't a great movie, but the makeup was. So there's a drawing that Crash did of. Who was that? The big orangutan guy.
Dr. Zayas, or what was that?
Well, I don't know if in the Tim Burton version, I can't remember if his name was Dr. Zayas or not.
Okay,
but it was that character.
Yeah,
and then he went to where after he worked on Edward Scissorhands, and then he went on to Cameron's Terminator 2, and then he worked on Batman Returns.
That boy can draw, man.
Yeah. Then from that, Jurassic Park. So let's take a look at some more of this stuff here, because most of it's pencil work, which is interesting. He does some color stuff too, though, which we'll look at. But this is a very early drawing. Gosh, dang it! I keep having to move my windows around. From Jurassic Park. This is like very early concept stuff from Jurassic Park.
Wow. Ooh, man.
It's just like he's like you, Dan. He's like the pencil guy, doing all this really nice shading and stuff.
Yeah, well, this guy's like me, only good. No. Whoops, where'd it go?
Let's take a look at this. This is another. This was, I believe, from Jurassic Park 2. Isn't that the one where they had the injured baby T-Rex that had a broken leg?
I can't remember which one's which now.
Yeah. And they were in the motorhomes that went off the cliff. Remember that? And they were they kept falling down, because they were hooked together.
Oh, yeah.
They were trying to climb up, through them as they were falling.
Yeah.
But these are, see, a lot of this stuff, a lot of times what they'll do, and Dan, you know this, but for the benefit of the audience, they'll go in and hire someone to come in and sort of do conceptual drawings for the movie when it's very early stages, just to kind of get an idea of what it might feel like, what it might look like.
Sure.
And that's what a lot of this stuff is.
Yeah. That's kind of what I do in advertising, actually.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
TV commercials, yeah.
Here's a character sheet he did for the.
When I was a kid, I loved like most kids, I loved dinosaurs.
Mhm.
So you know how we checked out books back then. You had that little card and it was in the envelope in the back of the book, and I kept checking the same books out. So it was my name that all the way down these down the line, like again and again.
This is that spitter, the dinosaur that
Yeah.
actually this is a fake dinosaur. They don't have any fossil remains or anything for this. They just made it up for the movie, but it's a cool dinosaur.
It was a great character in the story. Yeah, dinosaur character. Yeah, who remembers card catalogs? I don't know if you got to be we're dating ourselves big time here.
That's right. You go in and look up the card catalog. They used to teach us that in grade schools. Like we'd have the library, right? And we'd go to the librarian and they would, teach us how to use the card catalog, how to look up a book, and crazy.
You could find stuff pretty fast with that method. That's for sure.
You knew what you were doing, Dan. Creative Faye brought this up, but I'm way ahead of her. Crash also worked on Rango.
Oh yeah! Wow. Okay. I didn't love this movie exactly, but
really,
yeah,
I thought it was.
It was a good movie. I mean, it was a good movie, but it was just kind of like I don't know, dark maybe for kids.
Yeah, it was so odd though that I enjoyed it because it didn't. It wasn't what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
But it did have an adult edge to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that when Clint Eastwood dries up in a golf cart at the end of it, it's not like the High Plains Drifter, but he's in a golf cart.
I can't remember the ending now.
Yeah, well, Rango talks to Clint Eastwood at the end of the movie.
Okay, like a cartoon version, or the actual actor came on?
No, it was a fake version. It was a stylized kind of. I mean, he was like a human sized, where all the critters were like little animal sizes.
Yeah.
He was actually, he was depicted as the High Plains Drifter, and he came up in a golf cart.
He's the next actor you're gonna hear about probably. Did you hear about Diane Keaton? Diane Keaton passed away.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah, she wasn't that old, really. I mean, she was kind of old, 97 or something, 98.
Well, I don't want to impose on you at all, dude, because I got some more material here to go. I mean, if you're going to be up and you want to go from, which my time would be like 11 to midnight or something, because I'm losing my voice right now. So if you want to go in and talk and I'll sit there and smile, that'd be cool. But I don't want to put you out either. So
he's asking, he's offering.
I know. So
and he can promote. He's one of the best promoters in country.
I know he is. He's way better than I am.
He brings it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Shane, let me finish up this stuff on Crash here. We've only got 4 more pieces, and then we'll wrap it up. And if you want to do a Shane, I'll jump up. We want to do a Shane. Yeah. If you want to do a stream, we'll jump over with you, if that's cool. Okay.
I'll join if you want. But,
yeah, absolutely, man.
If Shane wants me to be there. I don't want to cramp his style, though. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, Shane, just let me know in the chat if you want to do that or not, and then we'll do it. Let's do here.
But hey, thanks to everybody here, Paul, all these guys that are in here all the time, for their support and for all the backing they have given Wraith. It's so fantastic. I mean, we're all just so grateful to you guys. Just to be able to do this for a living, that is just so great. So we're so appreciative.
Yep. When we say we couldn't do it without you guys, it's absolutely.
That's a absolute.
Yep. Randy Howell for $5 says Aaron can't face his daughter at the airport in 2 hours, knowing Wraith didn't make $95K. Absolutely, she wouldn't have anything to do with me.
Are you picking up your daughter from?
Yeah, I am. Her plane gets in at 1 a.m.
Oh my!
So I just thought I'd go till midnight, shut the sucker down, then go to the airport. So we've got like an hour and a half here.
Yeah, give Aaron some good news.
Yeah. Anyway, so this, I'm going to assume this was his drawing from Predator 2.
Mm-hmm. Fantastico.
He did. Do you remember when?
Is that some a cultural appropriation though going on there? Kind of dregs, and then he's got the neck.
Well, you know, they in the new show, I guess they've made it into hair, but everybody was like, "That's not hair." They've turned it into dreadlocks for like the new Predator stuff, but that was not the intent, I guess.
Oh, but I mean, the necklace is that's a very African style, necklace there.
Nick Clark wants to know, Aaron, who was the artist that worked on Frankenstein you guys are going to have on Graybeards until he canceled? That was a sculptor, Mike Hill, who's like the creme de la creme. And David knows him pretty well. And I know him a little bit, but
and we were going to draw Universal Monsters.
But he, cool. He's working in Hollywood and he got a script thing and he had to go. And it just, every time we try to get one of these guys that are like doing stuff in like Hollywood, it's like they could have anything dropped on the last minute, which usually happens. And they're like, "Oh, I can't make it." And I'm like, Right.
Well, let's not keep Shane waiting. He's offered, so.
Well, is he firing it up though? Did he confirm?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
Yeah, check, Dan, while I'm bringing up crashes. I got 3 more crash drawings, and then we can wrap it up. Because I'm sure he has to type some stuff in and everything.
He's not live yet. Doesn't look like.
Okay. This is from Congo. If you remember that movie.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that movie. I thought that was pretty good.
Let's see. My daughter says, I'm on the plane about to take off. So it's 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. That's about right. 2.5 hours.
On a jet plane.
When she told me, she said, "You got to pick me up at 1 a.m." I went, "What? Who's the cheapest flight?" And I'm like,
Where's she coming from?
Well, she went to school in Phoenix, and so she went back to Phoenix to visit friends.
Oh, okay.
And went to a concert, a Hozier concert, whoever that is. And so now she's coming back. And the only saving grace, or the only like revenge I get, is that she has to be at work at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So she's going to be as tired as I am, or more so.
Yeah, you can sleep in then, eh?
Look at there's Ethan.
Yeah, even Ethan's pushing.
Fire up the stream. Well, we're waiting. Shane offered.
Yes, if Shane comes through, man, definitely we're extremely grateful for that, obviously. But not expected, obviously, because oh my gosh,
Shane's a sick man.
I know, poor guy.
There's this penguin drawings from Batman 2.
Yeah, so he's worked on a lot of stuff, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like the go-to guy, all the big productions get Crash McCreary. Now, I haven't seen this movie. I don't know. Maybe you have. It's called The Relic. Have you seen that?
Let's see.
But apparently came up with this monster for the movie.
I think so.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. Oh man, that is really cool. It has a real rights and feel, doesn't that?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, that's just
just the ridiculous detail on there,
Yeah.
This is so nice.
Yeah, but the musculature is awesome. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Just the weight. I love it when guys can put, just that feeling of weightiness to a two-dimensional drawing.
Yeah. Like well, this actually looks like it works, like anatomically, like it's you can see this creature existing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of humanoid, but yeah.
Someone says pretty good flick. Von Beck 11231 says it's a pretty good flick. So I have not seen it, but that seems kind of a weird name I'm sure it ties into the monster, but for something, the relic, and here's the monster, it doesn't really sound like a horror film, does it?
Well, no, actually, I mean, the relic could be how it came to be, or something,
It's true.
some relic that was brought this beast to life. That I can see that working. I think it's a good title, frankly. But
Okay, well, what do I know?
I don't know either. I mean, what do I know?
All right, do we have any Shane action yet?
No, not yet. Did he respond? So I don't know.
No, I never saw him respond in the chat.
Okay.
Was he offended that I told him he didn't have to do it, or?
No, I wouldn't think so.
I was just trying to be considerate of his his health.
I know. It's just like, oh man. But yeah, these guys have helped so much. It's amazing.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, honestly, I can't thank Ethan, Shane, and John enough, because they have platformed me multiple campaigns, and it does make a difference because I have a much more limited audience than those guys do.
Yeah, well, they got the full package. They got the personality and the art talent, which is pretty darn rare. Most of us. I mean, even if you asked me a couple of years ago if I could even come online and do this stuff, I was like, no way.
You used to. I mean, you were really shy when you first started dipping your toe in here, and you wouldn't come on. And
I know.
Now look at you, can't stop.
But the thing is, I always knew if I could be myself, I'd be fine. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to kind of come out of your shell in front of a lot of people like that.
It's what's funny is you start, like, we've got over 400 people watching right now, and when you start doing this, when you first start doing it, you're like so nervous. I remember when Shelly and I were doing the show, and we go, oh my gosh, we got 50 people watching. We were like, trying not to get all. Now it's kind of like, you have hundreds, or even, when you go on with Ethan, you're over 1,000 and things like that. And you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Who cares what I think, about anything,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. But I think you just got to be yourself, and, not try to, be anything you're not. And except for if you're Shane, then you want to be Mange, right?
That's right. Then Shane definitely wants to be something he's not.
So yeah, but I always thought if I could have the guts to get online, I'd have a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun beating everybody, talking to everybody. But I remember too being really nervous. And then I think it was Wraith of God. They needed just bodies, for Wraith of God's launch. Or no, not Wraith of God. I mean, what was the one with Gabe's, and David's?
Oh, the Players Club or whatever.
But what was the book? I forgot the. Truth, Justice, American Way.
Yeah.
And I was like, they did it. I went on and they did a 5-hour stream. Well, at the beginning I was like, kind of nervous, but after 5 hours, you're like, how I can't be nervous any longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you kind of lose it,
Dude,
it's like whatever,
I used to do errand cons during COVID, and they were like, I would go for like 8 hours straight. Freaking unbelievable.
Yeah. Remember, like, when Ethan, he kept pushing these streams, and then you're like, oh my gosh, he did 3 hours, he did 5 hours, and then he did 8 hours once or something. Like, oh my gosh,
Yep.
It was nuts. But that's what that's what you learn to do. I mean, you learn to just engage. Thankfully, the chat is good with ideas, and you can interact with them, and and they have all these things to talk about, get you stimulated, because otherwise, you'd be struggling,
Mike TV Dub, Aaron, I remember when you first appeared on CG shows, you were a total deer in the headlights and uptight. Now you're free and loose as a goose. Well,
Face says I need to breathe a little more. Well, sometimes I get excited, when I get an idea, I'm like, sometimes I'm really quiet, and sometimes you can't shut me up.
Right.
Depends on the subject.
Okay. Well, I guess so. So is Shane not going to do it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe.
All right. Well, we'll just keep going, and if he fires up, then
okay. Shane, if you are listening, we're watching. If you,
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's upcoming. He just popped it in here.
Okay. Aaron is still uptight. That's why I like him.
For
Okay.
145. So you guys, at 145 on Shane Davis's Talking and Drawing with Shane Davis.
So in
Looks like
7
he is-
minutes.
Yeah, so
In
he is
7
starting
minutes.
up a stream. So guys,
Okay.
check us out there.
All right. Well, we have a few minutes. So while we do have a few minutes, we're gonna do everybody's favorite segment.
Hey, do you know how to
Sorry, Dan, didn't mean to cut you off.
by the way, do you know how to send your audience over there? Like there's
I tell go to Shane.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't that how you send your audience over there? I don't know.
There's a way apparently that you can grab the audience and
I
send
have
it,
no idea.
direct it.
I have no
We're so
freaking idea.
boomers, man. It stinks.
Dan, I want to go back and do because I couldn't really find that good videos this week, but I wanted to show the to kind of refresh everybody's memory. This is the video that most people don't know about. This is the Ray Wallace film, the first Bigfoot film, and you can tell how compelling and realistic it is. Now, this was the very first, this is like 1967. I think this is before the Patterson-Gimlin film. And his family came out and said this was fake. And yet people still use it as like the first evidence of Bigfoot.
I think it looks good, man.
You think it's
Yeah. It's a little chunky, but you know.
a little blurry too.
By the way, you know, I just make sure before we leave that we tell people about Anatomic. If Shane's going to fire up a stream, people who don't go over there, we need to tell them, you know.
That's right. He does have a campaign called Anatomic that he said is getting close to closeout.
Yes, Anatomic is a great looking book, guys, and it looks,
Yeah.
it's a backstory or a prequel to Wraith. I mean, oh gosh, darn, I'm getting brain fart. But the Inglorious Rex series, which is outstanding, and you know, just a couple of fantastic books there, and it's just really, really good. So check that out on Indiegogo.
Yes, I don't have a link, but you'll be able to find it easy enough.
Yeah, somebody put it in the chat if you can. Anybody, that'd be awesome. In fact, that could do it actually.
Dan, this is the Patterson-Gimlin film, the famous Bigfoot movie. This is, you see a lot of it like fixed and stabilized and digitized. This is what it actually looks like. So you got this few seconds right here.
Yeah.
And to me, that looks like a dude in a suit walking.
Yeah, it's just like a human to me. Yeah.
And they keep trying to convince us that this is real. And I'm just not buying it. I'm just not. I
dropped a link. So did Randy Howell. He dropped a link to Shane's
excellent. Thank you.
Campaign in the chat, please.
I saw 2 special effects guys look at this and go, fake.
It's so human. It looks like he's not even that, you know, looks like an ordinary guy walking, really. Yeah.
Well, and the guy that allegedly was in the suit came out and said it was him.
Yeah.
But people, they want to believe what they want to believe, Dan.
Yeah. I still want to believe it. I'm still going to believe it.
Check this out. This is what AI can do for you now. And this goes to making my point, but let's take a look at this film.
Oh, no, that's cool, man.
So
Yeah.
Check this out. So what you have is a guy in that suit, and then it's augmented after they filmed it to look like that, and then this is what it really looks like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it still kind of looks like Bigfoot, the guy.
But it cracks me up because that looks really cool.
Yeah. Can you imagine if they had, you know, some secret society had these supercomputers that developed a long time ago, and they put this film out before the advent of computers that we knew of, you know, and they put that very thing of that guy running without this ending part, you know, people were going, oh my gosh, they would have been totally convinced that it was an actual Bigfoot. I would have been like completely.
Now check this out. What's the last one? I guess he's fired up the stream. So we'll show this and then we'll head over. Now, this is what you gotta remember, guys. Okay, so there's this little kid made a video with Bigfoot. All right, so check out this guy's Bigfoot costume. Okay, now this is all in focus, and you can see the seam in the back of his coat, his costume and everything. But if you filmed this, right, with this exact same outfit this guy has on, the cheesy rubber mask, and you digitally took it and put it in Photoshop or whatever program you use, made the camera a little shaky.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm trying to capture
the camera a little shaky, made it a little bit out of focus. That would look like it could actually look like a real character.
We finally caught him. Oh, it's awesome. That kid is having a blast, man.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So there you go. So the lesson here is, Dan, don't believe everything you see.
Okay. That's I was, before you said that, I was believing everything I saw. So
all right. I'm going to take a quick look here before we head over to Shane's at the campaign and see where we're going to leave off at. All right. Survey says $94,493, 1,308 backers. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We're sorry to keep bouncing you around, but that's how we do it on these closeout streams and sometimes launch streams. We end up on multiple platforms because we just can't go forever on one channel. I'm losing my voice.
Talking and Drawing with Shane Davis is a channel. And boy, he's got some great. Have you seen some of these videos? There's the ones that are short, the 10-minute ones. They're so informative, and he has such knowledge. I mean,
he does a really good job with that.
Really good job, yeah. And I listen to him like as a professional. I'm like, oh, I'm getting good info. I'm listening to learn. What's going on. So
he does the heavy reading that I don't want to do.
Yeah,
and has good insights because he was very well connected. When I was at DC, I did not. I just did my job and I was not really well connected in terms of what was going on behind the scenes. I didn't care. I just did my job.
Yeah.
But Shane's was very well connected. So.
Yeah, that's how he saw the writing in the wall. He was like, he saw these people, how crazy they were.
All right, guys. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for coming on, spending a couple hours with me here. And I guess we're going to jump over to Shane's and ride this thing out to the bitter end. So thank you guys for joining us here. And please jump over to Shane's if you're, especially if you're on the West Coast. It's early yet. So, but thank you guys. Appreciate it very much. We'll see you next time.